Bid every noise be still. Peace, yet again.
Who is it in the press that calls on me? I hear a tongue, shriller than all music, cry, Caesar. Speak. Caesar is turned to hear. Beware the Ides of March. What man is that?
A soothsayer bids you beware the Ides of March.
Set him before me. Let me see his face.
When Caesar says do this, it is performed.
Fellow, come from the throng. Look upon Caesar. Hey. What sayest thou to me now? Beware the Ides of March. He is a dreamer. Let us leave him. Pass. Yeah. Hooray! Hooray! Caesar! Hooray!
I was born free as Caesar, and so were you. We have both fed as well, and we can both endure the winter's cold as well as he. For once, upon a raw and gusty day, the troubled Tiber chafing with her shores, Caesar said unto me, Darest thou, Cassius, now leap in with me into this angry flood, and swim to yonder point? Upon the word, accoutered as I was, I plunged in and bade him follow. So indeed he did. The torrent roared, and we did buffet it with lusty sinews, throwing it aside and stemming it with hearts of controversy. But ere we could arrive at the point proposed, Caesar cried, Help me, Cassius, or I sink. I, as Aeneas, our great ancestor, did from the flames of Troy upon his shoulder the old Anchises bear, so from the waves of the Tiber did I, the tired Caesar. And this man is now become a god, and Cassius is a wretched creature, and must bend his body if Caesar but carelessly nod on him. You gods, it doth amaze me a man of such feeble temper should so get the start of the majestic world and bear the palm alone.
Hooray! Ow! Another general shout. I do believe these applauses are for some new honors that are heaped upon
Caesar. Why, man, he doth bestride the narrow world like a colossus, and we, petty men, walk under his huge legs and peep about to find ourselves dishonorable graves. Men that sometimes are masters of their fates. The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves that we are underlings, Brutus and Caesar. What should be in that Caesar? Why should that name be sounded more than yours? Write them together, yours is as fair a name. Sound them, it doth become the mouth as well. Weigh them, it is as heavy. Conjure with them. Brutus will start a spirit as soon as Caesar. Now, in the name of all the gods at once. Upon what meat doth this our Caesar feed, that he is grown so great? Ah, age, thou art ashamed. Rome, thou hast lost the breed of noble bloods. When went there by an age since the great flood, but it was famed with more than with one man? When could they say, till now, that talked of a Rome that her wide walks encompassed but one man? Now is it Rome indeed, and room enough, when there is in it but one only man. Oh, you and I have heard our father say there was a Brutus once that would have brooked the eternal devil to keep his state in a Rome as easily as a king.
That you do love me, I am nothing jealous. What you would work me to, I have some aim. How I have thought of this, and of these times, and shall recount hereafter. For this present I would not, so with the love I might entreat you, be any further moved. What you have said, I will consider. What you have to say, I will with patience hear, and find a time both meet to hear, and answer such high things. Till then, my noble friend, chew upon this. Brutus had rather be a villager than to repute himself a son of Rome under these hard conditions as this time is like to lay upon us.
I am glad that my weak words have struck but thus much show of fire from Brutus.
Hooray! Hooray! Oh, the games are done, and Caesar is returning. For this time I will leave you. Tomorrow, if you please to speak with me, I will come home to you, or, if you will, come home to me, and I will wait for you.
I will do so. Till then, think of the well. Antonius. Caesar, let me have men about me that are fat, sleek-headed men, and such as sleep o' nights. Young Cassius has a lean and hungry look. He thinks too much. Such men are dangerous. Oh, fear him not, Caesar. He's not dangerous. He is a noble Roman and well given. Would he were fatter, but I fear him not. Yet if my name were liable to fear, I do not know the man I should avoid so soon as that spare Cassius. He reads too much. He is a great observer, and he looks quite through the deeds of men. He loves no plays as thou dost, Antony. He hears no music. Seldom he smiles, and smiles in such sort as if he mocked himself and scorned his spirit that could be moved to smile at anything. Such men as he be never at heart's ease, whilst they behold a greater than themselves, and therefore are they very dangerous. I rather tell thee what is to be feared than what I fear, for always I am Caesar. Come on my right hand, for this here is deaf, and tell me what thou thinkest of him. Ooh.
It must be by his death. And for my part, I know no personal cause to spurn at him, but for the general. He would be crowned. How that might change his nature, there's the question. It is the bright day that brings forth the adder, and that craves wary walking. Crown him that, and then I grant we put a sting in him, that at his will he may do danger with. The abuse of greatness is when it disjoins remorse from power. And, to speak truth of Caesar, I have not known when his affection swayed more than his reason. But 'tis a common proof that lowliness is young ambition's ladder, whereto the climber upward turns his face. But when he once attains the utmost round, he then unto the ladder turns his back, looks in the clouds, scorning the base degrees by which he did ascend. So may Caesar. Then, lest he may, prevent. And since the quarrel will bear no color for the thing he is, fashion it thus, that what he is, augmented, would run to these and these extremities, and therefore think him as the serpent's egg, which, hatched, would, as his kind, grow mischievous, and kill him in the shell. Shall Rome stand under one man's awe? What? Rome? My ancestors did from the streets of Rome the Tarquin drive when he was called a king. Speak, strike, redress. Am I entreated to speak and strike? O Rome, I make thee promise, if the redress will follow, thou receivest thy full petition at the hands of Brutus. Since Cassius first did whet me against Caesar, I have not slept. Between the acting of a dreadful thing and the first motion, all the interim is like phantasma or a hideous dream. The genius and the mortal instruments are then in council, and the state of man, like to a little kingdom, suffers then the nature of an insurrection.
Sir, 'tis your brother Cassius at the door, who doth desire to see you.
Is he alone?
No, sir. There are more with him.
Let him enter. They are the faction. O conspiracy! Shamest thou to show thy dangerous brow by night, when evils are most free? Well, then, by day, where wilt thou find a cavern dark enough to mask thy monstrous visage? Seek none, conspiracy. Hide it in smiles and affability. For if thou path thy native semblance, not Airbus itself were dim enough to hide thee from prevention.
I think we are too bold upon your rest. Good morrow, Brutus. Do we trouble you?
I have been up this hour, awake all night. Know I these men that come along with you?
Yes, every man, and no man here but honors you, and every one doth wish you had but that opinion of yourself which every noble Roman bears of you. This is Decius Brutus.
Yeah, he is welcome hither.
And this, Casca.
Yeah, he is welcome too. They are all welcome. Give me your hands all, one by one.
And let us swear our resolution.
No, not an oath. If not the face of men, the sufferance of our souls, the time's abuse, if these motives be weak, break off betimes, and every man hence to his idle bed. So let high-sighted tyranny range on till each man drop by lottery. But if these, as I'm sure they do, bear fire enough to kindle cowards and to steal with valor the melting spirits of women, then, countrymen, what need we any spur but our own cause to prick us to redress? What other bond than secret Romans that have spoke the word and will not palter? What other oath than honesty to honesty engaged, that this shall be, or we will fall for it? Swear priests and cowards, old feeble carrions, and such suffering souls that welcome wrongs, unto bad causes swear, such creatures as men doubt, but do not stain the even virtue of our enterprise, nor the insuppressive mettle of our spirits, to think that, or our cause or our performance did need an oath, when every drop of blood that every Roman bears, and nobly bears, is guilty of several bastardy, if he do break the smallest particle of any promise that hath passed from him.
Shall no one else be touched but only Caesar?
Decius, well urged. I think it is not meet Mark Antony, so well beloved of Caesar, should outlive Caesar. We shall find him, a shrewd contriver, and you know his means. If he improve them, may well stretch so far as to annoy us all, which to prevent let Antony and Caesar fall together.
Our course will seem too bloody, Caius Cassius, to cut the head off and then hack the limbs, like the wrath and death and envy afterwards. For Antony is but a limb of Caesar. Let's be sacrificers, but not butchers, Caius. We all stand up against the spirit of Caesar, and in the spirit of men there is no blood. Oh, that we could then come by Caesar's spirit and not dismember Caesar. But alas, Caesar must bleed for it. And gentle friends, let's kill him boldly, but not wrathfully. Let's serve him as a dish fit for the gods, not hew him as a carcass fit for the hounds. And let our hearts, as subtle masters do, stir up their servants to an act of rage, and after seem to chide them. This shall make our purpose seem necessary and not envious, which, so appearing to the common eyes, we shall be called perjurers, not murderers. And for Mark Antony, think not of him, for he can do no more than Caesar's arm when Caesar's head is cut off.
Yet I fear him, for in the engrafted love he bears to Caesar.
Alas, good Cassius, do not think of him. If he loves Caesar, all he can do is to himself take thought and die for Caesar. And that were as much he should, for he is given to sport, to wildness, and much company.
There is no fear in him. Let him not die, for he will live and laugh at this hereafter.
Bong, ooh, bong, ooh.
Peace, count the clock.
The clock hath stricken 3.
'Tis time to part.
But it is doubtful yet whether Caesar will come forth today or no, for he is superstitious grown of late, quite from the main opinion he held once of fantasy, of dreams and ceremonies. It may be these apparent prodigies, the unaccustomed terror of this night, and the persuasion of his augurers, may hold him from the capital today.
Never fear that. If he be so resolved, I can o'ersway him, for he loves to hear that unicorns may be betrayed with trees, and bears with glasses, elephants with holes, lions with toils, and men with flatterers. But when I tell him he hates flatterers, he says he does, being then most flattered. Let me work, for I can give his humor the true bent, and I will bring him to the capital.
Nay, we will all of us be there to fetch him.
By the 8th hour, is that the uttermost?
Be that the uttermost, and fail not then.
The morning comes upon us. We'll leave you, Brutus. And friends, disperse yourselves, but all remember what you have said, and show yourselves true Romans.
Good gentlemen, look fresh and merrily. Let not our looks put on our purposes, but bear it as our Roman actors do, with untired spirits and formal constancy. And so, good morrow to you, every one.
Is Brutus sick? And is it physical to walk unbraced and suck up the humors of the dank morning? What? Is Brutus sick? And will he steal out of his wholesome bed to dare the vile contagion of the night, and tempt the roomy and unpurged air to add unto his sickness? No. My Brutus, you have some sick offense within your mind, which, by the right and virtue of my place, I ought to know of. Upon my knees, I charm you, by my once commended beauty, by all your vows of love, and that great vow which did incorporate and make us one, that you unfold to me yourself, your half, why you are heavy, and what men tonight have had resort to you. For here have been some 6 or 7 who did hide their faces, even from darkness.
Oh, kneel not, gentle Portia.
I should not need, if you were gentle Brutus. Within the bond of marriage, tell me, Brutus, is it accepted I should know no secrets that appertain to you?
No.
Am I yourself, but as it were in a sort of limitation, to keep with you at meals, comfort your bed, and talk to you sometimes? Dwell I but in the suburbs of your good pleasure?
No.
If it be no more, Portia is Brutus's harlot, not his wife.
You are my true and honorable wife, as dear to me as are the ruddy drops that visit my sad heart.
If this were true, then should I know this secret. I grant I am woman, but withal a woman Lord Brutus took to wife. I grant I am a woman, but withal a woman well reputed, Cato's daughter. Think you I am no stronger than my sex, being so fathered and so husbanded? Tell me your counsels. I will not disclose them. I have made strong proofs of my constancy, giving myself a voluntary wound here in the thigh. Can I bear that with patience, and not my husband's secrets?
Oh, you gods, render me worthy of this noble wife.
Nor heaven nor earth have been at peace tonight. Thrice hath Calpurnia in her sleep cried out, Help! Ho! They murder Caesar.
What mean you, Caesar? Think you to walk forth? You shall not stir out of your house today.
Caesar shall forth. The things that threaten me ne'er but looked on my back. When they shall see the face of Caesar, they are vanished.
Caesar, I never stood on ceremonies, yet now they fright me. There is one within, besides the things that we have heard and seen, recounts most horrid sights, seen by the watch. A lioness hath whelped in the streets, and greys have yawned and yielded up their dead. Fierce, fiery waters fought upon the clouds in ranks and squadrons in right form of war, which drizzled blood upon the Capitol. The noise of battle hurtled in the air. Horses did neigh, and dying men did groan, and ghosts did shriek and squeal about the streets. O Caesar, these things are beyond all use, and I do fear them. What can be avoided, whose end is purposed by the mighty gods? Yet Caesar shall go forth, for these predictions are to the world in general, as to Caesar. When beggars die, there are no comets seen. The heavens themselves blaze forth the death of princes. Cowards die many times before their deaths. The valiant never taste of death but once. Of all the wonders that I yet have heard, it seems to me most strange that men should fear seeing that death, a necessary end, will come when it will come. Danger knows full well that Caesar is more dangerous than he. We are two lions littered in one day, and I, the elder and more terrible. And Caesar shall go forth. Alas, my lord, your wisdom is consumed in confidence. Do not go forth today. Call it my fear that keeps you in the house and not your own. I will send Mark Antony to the Senate house, and he shall say you are not well today. Let me upon my knee prevail in this. Mark Antony shall say I am not well, and for thy humor I will stay at home. Here's Decius Brutus. He shall tell them so.
Caesar, all hail. Good morrow, worthy Caesar, I come to fetch you to the Senate House.
And you are come in a very happy time to bear my greetings to the senators and tell them that I will not come today. Cannot is false, and I dare not falser. I will not come. Tell them so, Decius. They say he is sick. Shall Caesar send a lie? Have I conquered, stretched mine arm so far to be afeard to tell grey beards the truth? Decius, go tell them Caesar will not come.
Most mighty Caesar, let me know, some cause, lest I be laughed at when I tell them so.
The cause is my will. I will not come. That is enough to satisfy the Senate. But, for your private satisfaction, because I love you, I will tell you Calpurnia here, my wife, stays me at home. She dreamt tonight she saw my statue, which like a fountain with 100 spouts did run pure blood, and many lusty Romans came, smiling, and did bathe their hands in it. And these does she apply for warnings and portents, and evils imminent, and on her knee hath begged that I will stay home today. Ooh.
Oh, this dream is all a misinterpreted. It was a vision. Fair and fortunate. Your statue, spouting with blood in many pipes, in which so many smiling Romans bathed, signifies that from you great Rome shall suck reviving blood. Then that great men shall press for tinctures, stains, relics, and cognizance. This by Calpurnia's dream is signified.
And this way we have well expounded it.
I have, when you have heard what I can say and know it now, the Senate have concluded to this day give a crown to mighty Caesar, If you shall send them word you will not come, their minds may change. Besides, it were a mock apt to be rendered for someone to say, break up the Senate till another time when Caesar's wife shall meet with better dreams. If Caesar hide himself, shall they not whisper, lo, Caesar is afraid? Pardon me, Caesar, for my dear love to your proceeding bids me tell you this, and reason to my love is liable. How foolish do your fears seem now, Calpurnia. I am ashamed I did yield to them. Give me my robe, for I shall go. Ooh. The Ides of March are come. Aye, Caesar, but not gone. Are we all ready? What is now amiss that Caesar and his Senate must redress?
I kiss thy hand, but not in flattery, Caesar.
Pardon, Caesar. Caesar, pardon. As low as to thy foot doth Cassius fall.
Oh, great Caesar!
Speak, hands, for me! Ah!
Yaka! Oh, caw!
Yeah.
Et tu, Brute. Then fall, Caesar. Ah, liberty, freedom, tyranny is dead. Run hence, proclaim, cry it about the streets.
Some to the common pulpits and cry out liberty, freedom, and enfranchisement.
Ambition's debt is paid.
Go to the pulpit, Brutus.
Oh, and Cassius too.
Where is Antony?
Fled to his house, amazed. Men, wives, and children stare, cry out, and run as if it were doomsday.
Fates, we will know your pleasure. That we shall die, we know. 'Tis but the time and drawing days out that men stand upon.
Why, he that cuts off 20 years of life cuts off so many years of fearing death.
Grant that. And then death is a benefit. And so are we Caesar's friends, that have abridged his time of fearing death. Stoop, Romans, stoop, and let us bathe our hands in Caesar's blood, up to the elbows, and besmear our swords. Then walk we forth even to the marketplace, and waving our red weapons o'er our heads, let's all cry peace, freedom, and liberty.
Stoop, then, and wash. Oh, how many ages hence shall this lofty scene be acted over in states unborn and accents yet unknown? Ah.
How many times shall Caesar bleed in sport, that now on Pompey's basis lies along, no worthier than dust?
So oft as that shall be, so often shall they not of us be called the men that gave their country liberty.
What? Shall we forth?
Aye, every man away. Brutus shall lead, and we will grace his heels with the most boldest and best hearts of Rome.
Oh, but here comes Antony. Welcome, Mark Antony.
Oh, mighty Caesar, dost thou lie so low? are all thy conquests, glories, triumphs, spoils shrunk to this little measure? Fare thee well. I know not, gentlemen, what you intend. Who else must be let blood? Who else is rank? If I myself, there is no hour so fit as Caesar's death hour, nor no instrument of half that worth as those your swords made rich with the most noble blood of all this world. I do beseech you, if you bear me hard now, whilst your purple hands do reek and smoke, fulfill your pleasure. Live 1,000 years, I shall not find myself so apt to die. No place will please me so, no means of death as here by Caesar and by you cut off the choice and master spirits of this age.
Oh, Antony, beg not your death of us, though now we must appear bloody and cruel, as by our hands and this present act you see we do, yet see you but our hands, and this the bleeding business they have done. Our hearts you see not, they are pitiful, and pity to the general wrong of Rome, as fire drives out fire, so pity, hath done this deed on Caesar. For your part, to you, our swords have leaden points, Mark Antony, our arms in strength of malice, and our hearts of brothers' temper do receive you in with all kind love, good thoughts, and reverence.
Your voice shall be as strong as any man's in disposing of new dignities.
Only be patient till we have appeased the multitude, beside themselves with fear, and then we will deliver you the cause why I, that did love Caesar when I struck him, have thus proceeded.
I do not doubt of your wisdom. Let each man render me his bloody hand. First, Marcus Brutus. Next, Caius Cassius. Do I take your hand? Now Decius Brutus, yours, and my valiant Casca. Gentlemen, all, alas, what shall I say? My credit now stands on such slippery ground that one of two bad ways you must conceit me, either a coward or a flatterer. That I did love Caesar, oh, 'tis true. If then thy spirit look upon us now, shall it not grieve thee dearer than thy death to see Antony making peace, shaking the bloody fingers of thy foes, most noble in the presence of thy corpse? Had I as many eyes as thou hast wounds. Pardon me, Julius. Here wast thou bade, here wast thou brave heart, here didst thou fall, and here thy hunters stand, signed in thy spoil, and crimsoned in thy lance. O world, thou wast the forest to this heart, and this indeed, O world, the heart of thee. How like a deer strucken by many princes dost thou lie here. Mark Antony, pardon me, Caius Cassius. The enemies of Caesar shall say this, then, in a friend, it is cold modesty.
I blame you not for praising Caesar so, but what compact mean you to have with us? Will you be pricked in number of our friends, or shall we on and not depend on you?
Therefore I took your hand, but was indeed swayed by the point by looking down on Caesar. Friends, I am with you all, and love you all upon this hope, that you shall give me reasons why and wherein Caesar was dangerous.
Or else were this a savage spectacle? Our reasons are so full of good regard that were you, Antony, the son of Caesar, you should be satisfied.
That's all I seek, and am moreover suitor that I may produce his body to the marketplace, and in the pulpit, as becomes a friend, speak in the order of his funeral.
You shall, Mark Antony.
Brutus, a word with you. You know not what you do. Do not consent that Antony speak in his funeral. Know you how much the people may be moved by that which he will utter?
By your pardon, I will myself into the pulpit first, and show the reason of our Caesar's death. What Antony shall speak, I will protest he speaks by leave and by permission, that we are contented. Caesar shall have all the true rites and lawful ceremonies. It shall advance it more than do us wrong.
I know not what may fall. I like it not.
Mark Antony, here. Take you Caesar's body. You shall not in your funeral speech blame us, but speak all good you can devise of Caesar, and say you do it by our permission, else shall you not have any hand at all about his funeral. And you shall speak in the same pulpit whereto I am going, after my speech is ended.
Oh, be it so. I do desire no more.
Prepare the body, then, and follow us.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Oh, pardon me, thou bleeding piece of earth, that I am meek and gentle with these butchers. Thou art the ruins of the noblest man that ever lived in the tide of times. Woe to the hand that shed this costly blood. Over thy wounds now do I prophesy, a curse shall light upon the limbs of men. Domestic fury and fierce civil strife shall cumber all the parts of Italy. Blood and destruction shall be so in use, and dreadful objects so familiar, that mothers shall but smile when they behold their infants quartered with the hands of war, all pity choked with custom of fell deed, and Caesar's spirit raging for revenge, with Ati by his side come hot from hell, shall in these confines with a monarch's voice cry havoc, and let slip the dogs of war.